Coming up in all news, we prepare for you a few healthy do's and don'ts.
First, we're bringing you a success story that started on an Oakland High School basketball court.
We'll then explore the issue of body image and how teens are affected.
Lastly, how much is too much when drinking soda? All of this and more up next on ONEWS.
Welcome to ONEWS. I am Lobson Barrera.
And I'm Jocelyn Olivares. Here are today's top stories. May Day, or May 1st, is known as the day when people in the Bay Area rallied to support immigrant rights and raise awareness for the DREAM Act and reform. Recently, a high-profile supporter joined their cause, Lauren Powell Jobs, the widow of Apple co-founder Steve Jobs. The Jobs legacy is not only about iPhones and Macs, but also about social justice. Powell Jobs will be using a social media campaign to fight for changes in immigration policy.
Basketball fans have playoff fever, and they're wondering who's going to be this year's champ. However, Oakland already has a winner. Damian Lillard, an Oakland High grad, is the anonymous choice for the NBA Rookie of the Year. He is number 10 with the Portland Blazers. It all began years ago in Oakland High, where he dominated the courts. As you can see, there he is doing his magic. Shooting three-pointers. From Oakland, he went to college. He attended Weber State on a full scholarship, and he had one of the greatest careers in school history. However, in his third season, he broke his leg and had to sit out. Even though he overcame his injury, he's a strong believer in getting an education. Our KDO sports reporter, Mario Bombino, interviewed his fellow Wildcat, Damian Lillard.
Education is what's going to give most of us the opportunity to rise above it. So, I would say to kids in school, don't be afraid to step away from the cool crowd. I know it's cool to be cool when you're around those people at school, but that's not always what's going to help you succeed. The best thing for you to do is take care of yourself. Worry about what your family is teaching you and what your parents teach you to value, because at the end of the day, you're going to graduate from high school and everybody going to go their separate ways. So, it's time to start worrying about the future right now instead of waiting until it's all over with, then wondering what you're going to do.
Lillard's advice is full of wisdom. Therefore, it should be taken seriously.
How many times have you asked your parents desperately for a tattoo? President Obama spoke on the Today Show recently about this topic that caught the eyes of many parents. What do you think his answer was? Would it surprise you if it was a yes? Well, he did, kind of. Malia and Sasha are allowed to have a tattoo only if the family, including mom and dad Obama, have the same exact tattoo. President Obama's reason behind this concept was to hopefully prevent his daughters from getting a tattoo. So girls, do you approve?
That looks great, but why do some teens want to look like Ken or Barbie?
And what do they sacrifice to achieve this image?
Don't these look nice? Don't we want to be like them? Who wouldn't want to be like Barbie? Just look at her. But think about it. Do you really want to be like this? What is the Barbie complex?
I was going through a phase. I was in high school. I wanted the perfect body because I thought that if I achieved it, I'll look good.
As soon as girls are reach an age where they are interested into how to look, the first thing they see is something like a Barbie, which is completely negative because it's not something that's healthy for the body. First of all, it's not something that can happen.
We should ask ourselves, who is Barbie? Barbie was invented by Ruth Handler in 1959, and for over 50 years her image has been a standard of beauty for girls and women.
Yes, I work with adolescents who are struggling with body issues, whether boys or girls that are struggling with it. Body issues are a big issue that come up for almost everybody, at one point or another, can have some concerns. It's a huge epidemic in our society about kind of how we feel about our bodies.
When you ask me who I'm attracted to, the first thing that I'll think of is the, women who are in shape, women who have a good physique.
One of the issues when it becomes really difficult can lead to depression or also to eating disorders such as bulimia, anorexia.
it's often something that is constructed by the media, by different corporate interests to sell products.
We even have music stars battling to be the best human Barbie. The impact of the Barbie complex is a major concern for some teenagers.
Like most girls are like basically looking off the image of women that they see on music videos. It's supposed to be cool, and that's how they attract men and how they want to attract men that way. And they think it's the best way to attract men besides being themselves.
I feel like it's ridiculous for society to enforce that on young girls or to display it as attractive, because I feel like everyone should be glad that they're themselves no matter what they look like.
The issues that boys and men are having these days are about, being masculine and buff and big and strong. And I've talked with a lot of boys who, are questioning whether they should take steroids or not, and, trying to figure out that fine line of what they want to do with their own bodies. But even down to little young boys who are 10 years old and younger, they're thinking that they're supposed to look like a developed man.
It definitely affected me in a big way. I wanted to be muscular, I wanted to be fit, and I've never been overweight or anything like that, but I never wanted to be perceived as weak. I wanted to be perceived as classically masculine.
Ooh, it's gonna be easy.
Don't listen to what others say, stay true to yourself. Don't be influenced by the media or anyone who tells you you're not good enough. Because no matter what they say, you are amazing just the way you are.
Having had an eating disorder when I was a teenager and healing from that taught me that I know exactly what my body needs, that no one else knows better than I do. So I listen to my body. I listen to what it needs. I eat a wide variety of foods. I don't deny myself anything. I don't have forbidden foods. I have a lot of joy around my self-care practice, around my eating and my exercise.
At the end of the day, I realized that you don't have to be perfect to, feel comfortable with yourself. And I guess it built my confidence, which is a good thing.
Tell me, Justin, how do I look? I've been exercising at the lake a lot, but it seems that I just can't lose weight.
Well, Lobson, you shouldn't be trying to change yourself just to please others. But if you're trying to lose weight for your health, I did see you drinking some soda backstage.
What soda? Well, I did have one today, but that shouldn't stop me from losing weight. I don't want to give them up. They're delicious.
Did you know that you have to walk at least 3 miles to work off one 20-ounce soda? That's once all around Lake Merritt. Too much soda can really harm your body, but it can be hard to quit because sugar is so addictive. Don't believe me? Watch this next story.
Mom?
Hey, give me that. Why you grab it back?
Oh, man. Let's go.
Time out! Get over here! Come on! Get over here! Time out! Malik, what are you doing out there? You gotta take it to the hoop, put it in the basket. That's so complicated. You look like a zombie out there on defense. He's driving all over you. Get back out there. Get back out there.
All right, I got it.
Man, that's so much work to do.
Hello, Mr. Johnson. This is your doctor. Unfortunately, you tested positive for type 2 diabetes.
Diabetes? Diabetes? Maybe I should cut down on my soda. Well, maybe one won't hurt.
Hi, Dad. I brought your favorite soda.
Doctor.
Me, doctor. Doctor! Doctor! Please.
What's the matter? Mr. Johnson, are you all right? What's the matter?
Doctor. Doctor. Pepper.
Wow, maybe I am addicted to soda. It tastes so good, but I don't want to happen to me. Either from now on, I'll get water instead.
And you said that you'd never give them up. What a change.
That really upsets me that sodas can cause all these health problems, but the soda companies make it seem like they're good for you.
Me too. What else gets under your skin? Let's hear from our reporter, Autumn Chris, with a new segment called Grinds My Gears.
Hi, my name is Autumn Chris, and you know what really grinds my gears? When people scratch the chalkboard with their fingernails. Or when people grind glass together. It makes me feel like my ears are bleeding. You know what really grinds my gears? When people interrupt me while I'm talking. Like, seriously, who...
Did you hear about the
dog? Oh, I just saw it right now. I was like, they're like the best.
So
German
Excuse me, you guys. I'm trying to do a report here.
Way better than
I think I'm gonna adopt one.
You know what else really grinds my gears? When people do a joke without a punchline.
Oh, Jesus.
Well, I don't think I'll be interrupting her again.
Me neither. That's all we have for you today. Join us next time for more student news and visit us online at onews.me.